Hi guys, it's Mattias, and yes, the Philippines with its pristine white sand beaches, crystal clear water and tropical climate is becoming more and more popular as a tourist destination. Now, the Philippines also offers shopping to really cheap prices in modern big malls where you can find a lot of the products that you could expect in any Western country combined with the local products or brands that normally cost a lot less. You also have some nightlife, which mostly is concentrated to Manila, which is the capital, and the second biggest city, Cebu. Now, with the close down and new rules and changes to Boracay, the already limited nightlife is now even more limited, and if you want to compare to, for example, Thailand, then the Philippines doesn't even come close. Well, at least that's my experience, but maybe there are other people that have a different opinion. Now, if you've done a little research about the Philippines and this country seems like something that you would really like to experience, there are a few things that I would suggest you think about and plan for before you take the trip. Now, one of the mistakes that I've heard a lot of people do, that me and my friend also did the first time we went to the Philippines, was that we underestimated how time-consuming and sometimes how tiring domestic traveling really can be. Me, for example, I checked out some bus routes and some V-Hire routes. V-Hire is a van that takes about 10 people or something in that area. And I checked on Google Maps how much time it would take to travel from one area to another. This is very, very misleading. However fast you think you will be able to travel from one place to another, you might want to just add the double to that based on how much time you have to wait in certain areas, roads that are much slower to travel on than what the numbers will show if you look on Google Maps, for example. If there are timetables, then you can't really rely on them all that much. And one of the biggest common mistakes that me and several other people have made is that we tried to see too many things in just one trip. My suggestion is that you cut it down to a few destinations and make sure that you ask the right questions when you talk to people that are experienced with the Philippines. And as much as it's very important that you're clear about what you're looking for, what you want to see, what you want to do, it's also very important that you let people know what you're not looking for, what you want to avoid. And that way it will be a lot easier for all those helpful people to give you the suggestions and the tips that would be invaluable for you. Now, me personally, I've received a lot of help from a couple of Facebook groups that are related to Swedish people in the Philippines, obviously because I'm Swedish myself. So most of you guys watching this video probably can't join that, but I'm sure there are plenty of Americans in the Philippines Facebook groups, or whatever country you are from, or even join one of the international ones. So this part of the video is from Ayala Mall. It's one of my favorite malls in Philippines, if not the favorite mall in Philippines. Obviously I haven't seen all of them, but this one is in Cebu City, and among the other ones in Cebu, the ones that are most well known are probably SM Seaside and SM City. I've also been to plenty of the malls in Davao and a few of the malls in Manila. So here is a rather, I guess, interesting experience we had riding with a bus. It's, as you can see, the doors are actually open here, and yeah, we're not traveling very fast, but still, as far as I know, there are quite a number of traffic accidents happening in the Philippines, and the safety precautions might sometimes be a little bit lackluster. Now, for the ones of you who are vapers, there's going to be a lot of changes and a lot of new rules, very strict rules coming relatively soon. By the time that you're watching this video, they may have already been implemented. In Davao, for example, the rules against smoking, which also goes for vaping, has been strict for years, long before people started dying from mixing in E-vitamin and THC in their vapes. And the strict rules of Davao are probably going to be implemented, if they haven't been already, in the rest of the Philippines. Now, the first time we went to the Philippines, we made a big mistake when it comes to domestic traveling when we went from Boracay to Cebu City, and we decided to go by bus, which also means by boat a few times. And if you want to travel that distance, if you look at the map, the distance between Boracay and Cebu, if you want to travel those kinds of distances, you want to take a flight if possible. That is, unless you really know that you want to stay 1 or 2 days somewhere in between said places. Now, I have been really lucky many times when I've been flying locally in the Philippines. I'm rather tall. I'm 6'2" or 189 if you use the metric system. And because I'm so tall, it's a little bit inconvenient for me to sit in an airplane, and many times they have offered me to sit in those places by the emergency exits, or some place where I have more room for my legs. That is when the planes are relatively empty, which there have been a few times when I've been in the Philippines. And yeah, that is definitely something one appreciates when you have as long legs as I do. So yeah, now I really hope you have enjoyed this video. I hope it was helpful, and good luck with your traveling, and thanks for watching.